comic book talk brings me back to my childhood. And the Green Lantern finally has Lanterns, the HBO show, our true detective, grounded in real life detective series, finally has its roundabout final cast. Can we talk about that in Comic Corner? So now, we already know Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. We got Kyle Chandler recently cast as Hal Jordan. And James Gunn just came forward like yesterday or today and was like, finally, like, guys, he's our Hal Jordan. But now we have our John Stewart, everybody. That's right. Aaron Pierre has been cast as John Stewart. And he will be the main Green Lantern moving forward. So he will tie into everything. So the idea is you got Hal Jordan, the older beat roughneck cop, training the new young up-and-coming cop, again, John Stewart, in the Green Lantern series. Now, of course, they have powers, they have rings, they are channeling that green energy to bring in hope and inspiration to the world, and they will be solving crimes. And the premise of this, we talked about for a long time, brought to you by the actual creators of True Detective, which is fucking great. So you know it'll be grounded in reality in a lot of ways. Yeah, Brandon. It'll be grounded in reality, so it'll be in a way a darker version of any kind of comic book thing we've ever seen before. But the idea for this is it's in the Heartland. It's 8-episode series, and a crime goes down. There's a murder they have to investigate in the American Heartland, and together the Lanterns can solve the crime on Earth. So you're going to have Hal Jordan and John Stewart, but also, like I said, Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion, the comedic relief, coming in, who's also in Superman right now. So he's
Lantern.
Kind of, I guess, right?
He's an ex-Lantern. He got kicked out.
Yeah, he becomes like an evil Lantern with the red energy eventually too, and they have to stop him and take it out. There's a lot of big, deep cuts in there when it comes to the Lantern series for Guy Gardner. But they actually have the director from Slow Horses coming in to direct the first 2 episodes of this, James Hawes. So if you've watched that with my boy, everybody, I love him. I love him so much. I love that whole project. Gary Oldman's so fucking great in that. He's awesome. If you can take that kind of person, you're talking about grounded reality, detective reality, maybe that will translate well for this kind of show. And this is something I've been interested in before because it's not your typical DC show. It's just not. I like this guy. I like Pierre. Pierre actually was in the show called Krypton. River Ridge, I didn't see. It's a movie on Netflix. People call him River Ridge a lot. Apparently people are loving that movie. He's great in that, but he's great in Krypton. He's great. He's like kind of a cop, like a space cop in that as it is. And I think that he fits the mold. I mean, honestly, a different day, maybe it'd be somebody else. And maybe they would have found somebody, but I think it's good to go with somebody young. The big casting for this. I think he's going to fit this well. And again, I love the idea of going the African-American cast for the Green Lantern because most comic books, he's African-American. Like Hal Jordan, yes, but for John Stewart, go with that. And he's a military guy, go with that. Make him a military soldier that's a kick ass and be a true cop, as opposed to what we have from like Hal Jordan's kind of like a wild case, and also Guy Gardner really is a fucking wild case, and he's fucking all over the place, cracking jokes and shit, and not your typical person. Bringing this, I think it's a great cast from about. I still wish Josh Brolin would have taken that money, because they do want to pay Josh Brolin enough to be Hal Jordan. He wouldn't do it. He's already Thanos. Like, I don't want the fucking money. Or Ewan McGregor would have been fun, but it's cool.
He's getting that Marvel money.
Marvel money. Jordan, I know you're super excited about this. So, Jordan, what do you think? You hear about this casting? Is this what you pictured? Because we've been talking this for like freaking a year almost now. Is this your picture for your cast? Does this work? You got the ring on, man. You got the feeling. You got the touch. I mean, you got everything.
Sad thing is, I got this replica ring when I thought the fucking original movie would be great. I mean, this is the ring from the Ryan Reynolds film, but I thought Ryan Reynolds was great. Hal Jordan. Terrible script.
It's a great bad movie.
Great bad movie. Hal Jordan was perfect in that. Ryan Reynolds was good in that. I'm not going to put that down. But, hey, I like all the casting. I mean, it depends on where they're going with this. I mean, I hope they don't. So if Hal is training John Stewart, I hope they don't go right away to the parallax route where, I mean, they already did it in animated form, so I hope they don't go through that, because the DC animated universe has already put, like, John Stewart's origins on screen where they turned Hal bad. He became Parallax. He got possessed by the Parallax. He became Parallax. John Stewart had to stop him, kill him. There was this whole thing. I mean, I've already seen it, so I don't want to see it again. You know what I mean? I want something different.
So do you think that by making it more grounded in reality, though, Jordan, do you think that's going to open it up in a way that you never thought in the comic books?
Maybe, but I don't know how you're grounding this in reality. They're space cops.
Well, I mean, they're space cops, but they're still on Earth. They're like space cops on Earth. So they're coming in to solve some kind of...
They patrol a whole sector. And I mean, they got the green power of will. The green color is will. I mean...
It's true, but I feel like I feel like you bring in writers like this, though, Jordan. You bring writers in that are look at True Detective, I would say too. That's what they're trying to really channel here. Look at that project. You got Matthew McConaughey in there. One of the best things he's done ever. You have one crazy crime. If you had like an insanely crazy crime, and all it is detective work, moving up. There's no powers, nothing like that. And at the very end, maybe they have to use their powers at one point. Maybe it becomes a supervillain at the end. But you ground in reality a lot of ways. I think that's actually very alluring. I think it might be actually something that could bring in a bigger audience.
I don't know. I like the acting choices, but
you're hiring a bunch of cops too, by the way. Nathan Fillion, how long do you play a cop? Fucking Kyle, how many times do you fucking play a cop?
Well, Nathan Fillion ain't gonna be nothing like Nathan Fillion if in these shows or movies. If he is truly Guy Gardner, he's gonna be a total prick.
Well, that's great. Make him a prick. Make him a fucking prick.
But I'm waiting because all the stills and shit from that Superman movie. I'm waiting for a trailer. I'm waiting to see. James Gunn has to convince me that I just don't think he's right for DC. I don't. I like the animated
fucking
films.
Shots fired.
Whoa.
I like the
I agree, Jordan.
Shots fired.
I like the animated films. DC though is a lot darker, and it has been for years. Reading the comic books, they are a lot darker than Marvel. And I don't think James Gunn's humor is going to translate to DC.
Well, that's a fucking hot take.
Nothing at all.
So, GR, you don't think you will either, GR? You feeling fucking hot about this?
The guy's an asshole. It's never his fault.
Shit. Shit.
All the failures are not his fault. It's what I said in the hot takes.
Yeah. Well, he did.
It's not my fault.
I'm gonna give him this though, GR, for like 1 second. Like with Joker, he had no say in Joker too, and then
excuse me, Brian. He is the head of the studio.
He is.
If he didn't want it, it wouldn't happen. And you know.
You're right. He could have easily been like, Zaslav, shut the fuck up. You hired me for a reason. But he said this is before me, and so I'm not going to put my 2 cents in.
Wine.
Do you think he's involved with this, though? But GR, he's involved with this. So do you think this looks like something? Because this was a project that was supposed to happen before. It got pushed, changed. Finn was on there. Finn Whitberg was on there before. I remember I talked about him in the show before. He's a great person. He was attached to be this before. They fired everybody, canceled all the contracts, and started again because James Gunn took in control. Do you think that what you're seeing based off casting makes sense, that maybe he's in the right direction now moving forward for at least the Lantern series?
I don't think it's him. Because he didn't go out and pick the actors.
You don't think so?
The directors and the producers picked it.
So you don't think he had any say? Because he's going to use these guys in different movies too.
We'll see. But of course, if any of it fails, it's not his fault.
GR fucking shots fired. GR's blasting James. Yeah. GR's blasting James.
Personally.
Hey Ron, can you tilt your camera up a little bit? There we go.
Brian.
I just looked over and I saw it was very close, and I don't want to just show like nips down. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you this. You know what's going to make or break this universe?
Here, Ron, we'll do this close-up shot for you.
There you go. Nips
What's
down.
going to make or break this universe is the Batman casting.
Again, the Batman casting too. Apparently, if Superman does well, they're going to cancel Batman 3 because of the convolutedness of it all. Because again,
the Penguin is doing so good.
It's doing
they're
so
not
well.
going to cancel the Batman.
I don't think so either. Brandon, what do you think about this? Do you have any bone in this pony's horse? Is that
Not at all, man. I honestly, I don't know. Bone in the pony horse.
What?
That sounds scary.
Horse in the race.
Bone in this. Do you have any bone in this pony horse?
I don't know.
You believe in this frog in this
I don't
leap?
know Shinola about the Green Lantern, quite frankly. But let me ask you this: as fans, is DC, because I feel like DC hasn't done as much of the like crossover stuff, but like
They have. They've been trying.
are they
but not.
is that their route? Are they trying to follow the Marvel thing? Are they
Wait a minute. Are we talking DC in general in movies? Because
Yes.
DC started the whole crossover bullshit.
Right. Oh,
They
okay.
beat Marvel to it.
But it didn't work like this. They tried, but they jumped the gun, Jordan. Let's be honest with this. They didn't do it like Marvel
No,
did.
it worked in comics.
Well, in comics, we're talking about film though. We're talking about on the big screen, Jordan.
To me that they like, because it seems now they're actively trying not to do that, because I feel like people have just kind of fallen off with the Marvel stuff. They're like, I didn't see that one show on Disney Plus, so now nothing makes sense.
Marvel's starting to go at a little low.
But here's my question: is I mean, this might turn into that. I don't know. This might be a slippery slope, having a series about the Green Lantern, and then suddenly, Wonder Woman's in one episode, and then you're like, if you see a movie, and he's like, oh, I didn't see Green Lantern the series, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But if they're trying to just do standalone, I like it. I'm a fan because I'm a guy who does not watch a lot of stuff.
That's a big problem with though, as always though, Brandon. It's like, because they always say, oh, you don't have to watch everything to get it, but it's all connected. It's always all connected. And you're always going to miss some inside joke or some little thing or some character popped up here and then they pop up here. It's always a whole connective tissue type deal.
Deadpool Wolverine had the TVA, which was Loki, which was a deep cut for some people.
Yeah.
And people were confused about that too, because they didn't watch Loki in it. So people were complaining about the plot. That was a whole thing. People still watch it, but it's a complaint.
I like True Detective. I like True Detective though. I'm a fan of that. So I mean, maybe I'll give this a shot. So
think about that though, Brandon. They're space cops, right? They're space cops in the day. Yeah. But do you think if they ground it in reality and they're real cops, but beyond that, they are lanterns and doesn't actually showcase till later, would that be a good way of making this grounded in more reality?
I mean, isn't that what they're doing with the Penguin? It's like grounded in reality.
That's separate. That's TV, the Gotham universe.
TV. I'm guessing it's TV. I mean, they don't do this anymore. Maybe they still do. TVMA, right? Like where it's R-rated television. So,
it's totally that.
Is that what this is going to be though? Because that's what True Detective's like.
Yeah, that's what's going to be. That's the same thing. That's what they want to go with. They want to make it
doing that
kind of world.
Cool. I think there needs to be more of those like R-rated style superhero things, because they've been middling in the PG-13 range for too long now, and it's like, come on, guys, all those kids are grown up, so let's grow up with them.
I think they sell better.
Penguin. I think it's a great show. I like Matt Reeves' take on Batman, and I just want the Gotham universe, as they're calling it now. That's the Insider, what they're calling it.
Well, I mean, it's a big change. Like Ron, I know. Again, Ron is our a resident person that's worked on set a lot longer than any of us, so he's seen a lot of showrunners and things that have gone really well and things that have gone bad, right? And so Zaslav right now, he's running HBO, and the Penguin, you probably heard about it. It's on Max. It's doing really well. Colin Farrell, one of the best roles for Colin Farrell. It's grounded. You wouldn't even know it's anything Batman or anything like that. And they're trying to emulate that with this too, right? Okay. Do you think that because that's working so well, that Zaslav would axe James Gunn stuff if this doesn't work and fit in that same universe? Because he's the man, and he sees something that's working this well, and let's say Lanterns is supposed to do the same thing, but it becomes too superhero, and you lose the audience that the Penguin has. Do you think there's a factor that can come into play that Zaslav would cut James Gunn off at the ankles and be like, hey man, we're going a different route?
Absolutely. It wouldn't take him a minute to do that either. Yeah. People think though, Ron, that James Gunn's the man. He's the man. But you know how it goes in the business. End of the day, who actually has control of the whole product? He's the head of studio. Nobody tomorrow. I mean, it's just there's nothing, there's no loyalty of anything. So
there never is. And people think there is all the time. Well, James Gunn will make it happen, but it just doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
Let me ask you though too again, because I know it's like outside your box. It is. There's superhero, all the powers and stuff like that. But did you ever watch True Detective?
I haven't watched it yet. Oh man, Ron, you got to watch True Detective. At least the first season. I would say the first season, second season, third season, okay. Fourth season, I like. You know what I mean? I feel like
the last one, with Arctic, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That's what I thought too. The last season, I was like, I'm back on. And then what they do with casting for these two, Ron, they get really great casting for it, as always. Mahershala Ali was in season 3. Season 2 was Vince Vaughn. Season 1, you got Matthew McConaughey. You know what I mean? Like, you got big actors.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's why I like it, is because it's like you don't have to watch all. You can just pick a season, and that's all you need. You don't have to.
That's cool. Like Black Mirror, the same thing. Exactly. It's fun. It's contained. So, Brian, it's great.
I don't know if you heard this, but the Penguin, the viewership keeps going up.
It does.
So it does. They're talking about, there was an insider saying that
so good.
They are talking about doing more in what they're calling the Gotham universe.
Yep, they are. They are 100%.
So,
that's Zaslav, though.
Now you're going to have the DC. I mean, I think whoever makes the most money is going to end up winning in the long run. I think
Matt Reeves
bombs,
or James Gunn.
If James Gunn bombs, Matt Reeves' Batman's taking over.
The problem is, we talked about this in the show before, the problem is you got Robert Pattinson, who does not want to be in multiple movies being Batman. It comes on the casting.
Batman 2.
He's tough for Batman 2. That was a fight to get him for Batman 2. He wouldn't do the Penguin series. He's like, I don't want to do this. He was fucking Lenny Kravitz's daughter on top of the Batmobile during the first Batman, and it caused a shutdown. I mean, come on, guys.
Wait, so
Zoe
Jordan,
Kravitz,
did you like the Joker, Jordan? The new one? Joker Part 2?
I did not see it yet, but I've heard
you guys
terrible things about it.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to. I love the first one.
Why is everyone hating on it? I haven't seen it either, but everyone hates it. And
that's what I mean. I haven't seen it yet either, but everybody. So I've never seen a show. So supposedly the audience score is worse than Madam Web.
It is. Yes, it is.
Worse than Catwoman.
It is
really bad.
It's worse. It's worse than the Marvels.
Yes.
How?
What happened? What did they do? I mean, is it because it's a musical and people are like,
yes,
musicals?
It's because it's a musical.
Not just that. I heard he wasn't a musical director. I heard the musical doesn't bring you into the film. I heard it takes you out of it. It's like nothing to do with the
Queen
plot.
Really.
It has nothing to do with the film.
Queen, what'd you think about the Joker? But Brandon, did you see them? Did you see it?
No, but I like musicals, so I'll probably like
it. Me too. I like musicals too, Brandon. I'll tell you this.
Brandon, you say you like musicals, but the director told them to sing off key and terrible.
Yes. Yeah. He told Lady Gaga not to sing well, which is not a great thing. We talked about this last week. It's not a good thing. And the musical numbers are distracting, I would say. I love musical numbers, but they're distracting. It's like you're into a very pivotal moment in the scene, and then all of a sudden they start singing, and they go away from that moment for 3 to 4 minutes, and they go right back to that moment, and they jump back into that scene as if it never happened. And that's the problem, if you ask me, directing standpoint. It's like you break the tension of that scene for a musical number that has no impact on either of the characters, and then you're back into it again. Wow. And so it's a constant pulling out of the narrative, which is the biggest problem, if you ask me. That's the biggest problem of it. Okay. It's shot beautifully. It looks fantastic. The acting's phenomenal. Lady Gaga's a great Harley Quinn, and she is Harley Quinn. Fuck the rumors. She's not a random person. She's Harley Quinn. She's studied psychology. Yeah. She's in there. Only reason she's in jail is to study the Joker. That's why she's there. That's a slight spoiler alert, but it's very fast. You find that out. She's Harley Quinn. He's not Joker. She's Harley Quinn.
I was just going to say, spoiler alert, he's not fucking Joker. That's what pissed a lot of people off.
And he died in the end. How's that?
And GR gave you the ending away. But overall, this is a DC Colossus mess. That's why I'm worried about Lanterns. I like the casting. I think it's great. I really wanted Ewan McGregor as Hal Jordan. I thought it'd been fucking great. Josh Brolin would have been great. He was up for it.
I'd go with Ewan McGregor.
I would have gone with him. Yeah. I get with Kyle was great though, Ron. Kyle's great. He's always that B-level cop. I hate to say B-level, but he's a B-level cop. You know? Josh Brolin said it wasn't enough money. That's why he didn't do it.
Lantern, if he's not going to be the main Lantern on Justice League and in the movies, you're not going to. Yeah, you're going to hire an older guy.
It's all on Jon Stewart. That's what it comes down to.
They've always gone with Jon Stewart lately. He's the modern Lantern. I'm cool.
It's a big problem across the board for DC, though. They got to figure their shit out.
Yeah.
For a long time, they got to figure it out.
You hear that, DC? Figure your shit out.
Hey, James,
Figure
stay out of
your-
artist work.
Pepe, how do you feel about that?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a K9. You like that, right? You see how I flipped that? Yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was
Pepestar in the house.
I see how you flip that. Pepe, thanks, Pepe.
Best one tonight, Brian.
What was that, GR?
That was his best one tonight.
Real quick,
I seen a real good fan casting today. So I don't know if you guys read the. None of you probably read it. I'm sorry, it's a modern day comic. The Three Jokers. Where Batman finds out there's actually 3 Jokers, and that's why through the history of comic books, the Joker has a different personality. There's the clown, the criminal, and the psychotic, basically. So the fan casting is cast the McCulkin brothers, Macaulay Culkin and his 2 brothers as the 3 Jokers.
Fucking great.
Oh my God.
Dude, Macaulay Culkin as the fucking Joker would be great. I love Mac. He's such a fucking good human being, too. He's so cool. I love him so much.
You go with the modern day. You go with the modern day 3.
And Kieran's been killing
it.
Yeah, he has.
Cast all 3.
I just started watching Succession. I watched the whole first season recently. Oh my God.
So good.
So fucking good. I'm starting season 2. Kieran Culkin's fucking great. He went from like full or wet in the bed to like winning Emmys, and I'm very excited for him. I really am.
That was so weird.
I'm confused. Joker, isn't he? No,
he's not the Joker, Simon. He's not the Joker. And they double down on that. He's not the Joker. But Green Lantern is happening. We're getting Green Lantern Corps in a lot of ways. Green Lanterns, space cops are coming forward. We got our trio of space cops. Will be great. We're very divided on this, and I hope that DC finds their path forward.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Control.